Okay, so as you can tell from when I was doing the shaping of the bowl, I don't have a pressure pot. So I roll with the punches when it comes to air pockets and air bubbles. I poured it really slow. I did it in like 3 different pours, trying to make sure that that I didn't get a lot of bubbles in it. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes. As you can see, I got quite a bit right in through here, and then just a few on the other side. It's a gorgeous bowl. Got some gorgeous spalting on this pecan, and you're gonna see more of the wood once I start hollowing it out on the inside than on the outside, but that's okay. Like I said, I roll with the punches. So, one of my favorite things to do with resin, especially when it can stand out really well, is I inlay it with turquoise powder. Okay, so roll with the punches, right? Roll with the punches. It's what we get when we don't have a pressure pot, and you gotta roll with the punches. So going through, it was like all of a sudden, it was like everything's cutting really well, and there's always a little bit of transition stage between the wood and the resin. I thought the wood came up a little higher. It doesn't, so there's a definite like wood resin. You'll see that in just a second. But the cavities that I had filled earlier did go like all the way through, and I punctured through, and I lost a lot of turquoise that apparently not enough CA glue got in and to saturate it. So we're gonna come at it from this side, and we're gonna add some more because there's a lot more bug holes in this than I had anticipated. And then we'll go through and sand it up, and I'm probably gonna have to put some thick CA glue into a lot of it, because it started chipping out just a little bit. Far too much for me to try to put a bunch of turquoise in. So here's what it looks like. So that's where it punctured through. You can kind of see, and then so that was a bug hole that came through the resin and through here, and all these other bug holes started popping up. So I'm going to clear those out, and then cavity that there is some turquoise down in there left. I don't know if you could see it, but lost a lot of it. Stuff's not cheap, but that's what happens when you do this kind of work. So luckily I didn't go those cavities almost go to the very end. In fact, they go all the way through, but luckily I was able to catch it with the outside. But probably lost all that was in there. So I'm gonna get to filling these, and I'll see you when I'm back on the lathe. Okay, so this bowl has been a nightmare. The wood had a lot of bug holes, a lot of wood boring beetles or termites or something that got up in there. Every time I would take a layer of wood off, more tunnels and stuff would pop in. I went through and I took some 5-minute epoxy and just kind of filled in some of those that you just saw. Gently scraped them out and took a little bit of wood out, and another humongous cavern popped up. So I completely re-drilled, took my Dremel, drilled out all of the turquoise that was up in there, because it didn't look right. I'm running out of crushed turquoise, so I didn't want to use up everything I've got just to fill this massive cavity. So I mixed up some Illuminate clear. I have a little bit of that left. It's Amazing Cast. You can get it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It's what I do to make little things. And so I just mixed up a little bit of that and filled in. It's curing up now. I'll see you tomorrow when I start hopefully finishing this bowl. Thanks. All right, so I was so excited about getting this turned and finished that I completely and totally forgot to hit record on my phone. So I went through and I dished it out, used a negative rake carbide cutter, went through, slowly trimmed it, and got the shape just right, and then decided to go okay. That's when I hit record, and I sanded it through the grits again from 60 all the way to 400. Then as I was putting on the sanding sealer, I realized I didn't hit record, so I hit record, and you've seen that, so that's part of it. I'll add some photos of what the big holes ended up looking like before I filled it with resin and whatnot. But this is the finished product. All I used was the Acks Wood paste and the Acks polish and restoring paste. I haven't put any lacquer or anything on that. This hole popped up also, and I just said I'm not going to mess with it. But I love how this spalted pecan came out, and then you can see the turquoise inlay. And this is going to be my ocean bowl. A few pieces of the turquoise did come out, but I'm not going to worry about it. So it kind of looks oceany. I really like this side. It's where I had the most issues, but I always end up liking what I do. And so the inside, and that's what I ended up, all this in through here. The turquoise that was right here ran down or somewhere around here, I forget where. I think it was here. And I just took that all out and just went ahead and recasted it, but it still looks pretty good. So yeah, so that's my bowl. A lot of learning curve on this one. It's been a while since I've casted a wood and resin hybrid bowl, and I think I'm gonna get a pressure pot. I think that's gonna be my next big purchase. I'm tired of all the big cavities. So hey, we'll see you next time. Keep turning, be safe.